All right, so after the cops read my Miranda rights to me, they slap the handcuffs on me and tell me that apparently it's illegal to be blackout drunk and pass out on your neighbor's roof. Thanks, Obama. I should mention I was completely naked except for some tube socks and broken, I would say, broken comb I used as like a Hitler mustache. Needless to say, that was the last time I was invited to any bar mitzvah again. Shalom. Hey everybody, welcome to an episode of Rashada Reviews. I am your host, let's say, random nickname Jarrell. And with me we got the snarkster himself, Snarky Mark. And you just heard the triumphant return of Big League Stu.
Yep.
I'm so glad you're here again. I definitely could have used you this morning when I was running into some car problems, which I'll get into in a second. But how are you, Snarky Mark?
I'm all right. How are you?
We were just talking about how, like, before the show started, we were like just all like just kind of like despondent and just like kind of quiet. And like, we need Mark here to bring the energy because Mark is like, you know, the funny guy. He's got all the witty things to say.
I feel like the start of every show is always kind of like lethargic and
just woke you up. It's almost like we did a show in your bedroom.
For some reason, every Sunday I end up taking a nap before the show, coming here. So it's like I'm fresh and awake, but not yet.
It recharges your batteries. That's what we need you to do. And on this show, it was good. We need that energy because today's show is a special one. We're going to review 3 albums that are what I like when they're different, totally different, like genre and stuff like that. Going to be doing the new album from...
Almost.
Yeah. We got 2 that are kind of close, but not really. Well, I'll tell you right now. The first one, we got 2 albums that they're on their 7th record. We got the new Against Me, which I know you're excited about, Mark. You're a big Against Me fan. And I am, too, because I love their last album. So hopefully this one is just as good. For all you emo fans out there, we're doing the new album from Taking Back Sunday. We'll tell you what we think of that one. And all you R&B heads, your boy Usher, still at it. He's got his new album that just came out. Really personal, emotional record that we're going to talk about. I really cannot wait to hear what Stu thinks about it.
Does he have any videos of him dancing?
Of course, that's what he's all about, man.
Oh, yeah. I need that. With footwork.
Yeah. Also, we got some news topics. We gonna be talking about the what do we got here? Okay, Spotify and Tinder. Do you use Tinder at all, Stu? You ever use Tinder for your relation?
Tinder?
Yeah.
No, I do not. I've seen it on advertised on Facebook. All the girls are amazingly hot.
Yeah, you should get on that, especially now because
if I get on it, then they're not amazingly hot. They all leave.
Okay. Little self-deprecation humor from Stu over there. He actually is leading to what my point is. Tinder and Spotify have joined forces, so now you can join.
Tindify.
Yeah, they should actually have like a joint name, but we'll talk about what that means for you guys out there. And also, I got a little self-interest story from Mark. We're going to talk about a certain anniversary of a particular record, which I think you'll be excited to talk about.
Cool.
All right. And also, I guess that covers everything except we got to introduce our mascot. We got Little John up in the house. Little John comes in, tells us when it's time to do some shots, which we like to do often on the show. And whenever you hear him say his traditional shot call, you at home or wherever you're listening can take shots with us as well. It actually makes the show a lot more interesting. Isn't that right, Little John? And there we go. Today's a special drink today. Courtesy of Stu.
No, I just picked it out. I didn't pay for it. Gotta be honest. Yeah, what do we got now? New Amsterdam coconut?
He didn't pay for it, but he's a big fan of the Amsterdam vodkas. So this time, this flavor we're picking out is coconut.
Gross.
Really?
Can I just come out and say gross?
You don't like coconut? Did we talk about that before?
I don't know.
I think
You can't call gross before you try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's
I'm just
prefacing
saying,
what he's going to say. All right, guys, so a successful show. I hope you guys out there enjoyed as well. It does have the coconut taste, but I do see what Mark means. Not their best flavor. What do you say, Stu?
Delicious.
I just don't like that coconut flavor. Like Malibu and that kind of stuff. It's like,
Yeah. So basically, if when you're on your tropical vacation for your honeymoon, you're not having a pina colada and a coconut.
No, pineapple, mango. Give me something with a little more oomph.
I like this better actually, and I definitely needed to drink. This week has been rough for Jarrell. Rough week for me. How was it rough? You might ask.
How rough was it?
I'll tell you. It's dog rough. All right. First of all, I've been losing shit all week. Lost my notebook for the show. Luckily, it turned up here the whole time. Found it. So, one thing for that. Lost my favorite hoodie. I have a favorite black hoodie that was a gift to me, like, I would say, only a mere 7 years ago. And I couldn't find that shit. Luckily, it turned up in my daughter's room, but I was accusing everybody because you know what I fucking hate? I hate when
She took it.
I hate when shit disappears in my house. Like, just into some random vortex where you can only find Carol Ann and shit like that. Just gone.
Yeah.
Just like, and I'm like, I know it brought it in the house and it's gone. I'm accusing my wife. I'm accusing her sister because she was over and that's the last time I saw it. Both of them. And then she comes out of her room yesterday. She's like, I don't think this is my hood, my sweater. I'm like, you stole my hoodie. She's like, snatched it back from her real quick. Turned out that I found all. And the third thing I kind of lost is my lock button on my iPhone.
My mind.
Yeah, I was losing my mind. My lock button on my iPhone broke, so now I can't like lock it when people call me and it's ringing and shit like that. It happened like the next day after the show, and apparently that happens often with the iPhone 4. Which I hear you guys laughing right now that I got an old iPhone 4, but it gets worse because when I went to AT&T to find out what my options are, should I upgrade or not?
It's what you do with it. It's not how big it is.
Yeah. Anything else random you have to say, Stu? Before good. Okay. So I go to ask him what to do, and then I'm like, he's like, well, you can upgrade to like the 6 for this price. I'm like, wait a minute, you skipped the 5. Why can't I upgrade to the 5 then? Oh, that's obsolete now. We don't do that anymore. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how far back am I? By the time I get to decide to do it, they'll have no more 6s anymore. So I don't know. I'm the type of guy that likes to like ride shit till it doesn't work anymore, whether it's my car or this, or anything like that. And speaking of my car, final story. Went to pick up my daughter from band practice last night at like 11:30. Apparently they have to have those like competitions go that late. I pull in, turn off the car. She comes out 10 minutes later. I'm listening to music, shit like that. Turn the car back on, nothing. Just like.
Oh, you probably killed your battery listening to music.
Oh, for a whole like 5 minutes, right? I see. I understand how cars work. Yeah, I get you now.
Yeah, you get. Well, if you leave your headlights on too.
I didn't do that. It's embarrassing. All the lights in the side come on, and all these people in the town where I'm parked, they're just like leaving as I'm trying to start the car. And finally, one good Samaritan was like, you know what? Let me help you jump your car to no avail. So I had to go back there this morning and try to get my car and make sure I'm on time for the show. I'm sitting out there waiting for like the tow truck guy to come. He doesn't show up. Waiting an hour, and I'm like, trying it, and I'm like, fuck it. And I'm just sitting there all mad. Fuck it, I listen to music, right? Turn on the radio, and what's playing on the radio? Guns N' Roses, Patience. That shit's playing on, and as soon as that shit's over, I push the button because the horn wasn't even working, so I know it's the battery at that point. But after that song was over, I'm like, I'm so bored waiting. I put I slam my head on the horn and it actually goes off. Turn the key again, it starts. So I told the tow truck guy, forget it, you don't have to come. But I don't get it. Why does it not work? Is my car like deciding when it wants to start and when it doesn't?
It's probably something wrong with it.
Probably. My daughter said you should probably get a whole new car because it's not good when a car decides it wants to start when it wants to.
Well, you can get what's called vapor lock.
Explain.
It's a thing where
Why would it help? I'm saying
normally in hot temperatures, like it's some sort of like gas vapor that builds up and stops the car from starting. It's called vapor lock.
I don't know. It's just this whole fucking week's been crazy. Luckily,
and you got to sit and wait like 20 minutes and then start the car again.
Okay,
and it'll work.
Well, I'm just saying, like it's just weird.
It's kind of like flooding.
It's just weird like that. It's just started out of nowhere because if the battery was dead, what brought it back to life? Just Guns N' Roses. Is that what it was? Like just relax.
Patience.
Just
power
patience.
of rock and roll.
Yeah, I'll start when I feel like it. It's okay. leave me here tonight. I'll be good. Other than that, last thing I've been getting to, your boy, which is me. I'm trying to become a homeowner. I want to be a homeowner now, so I had to go to a seminar yesterday for like getting a grant to get a house, and it was pretty cool.
Cool.
What can I say? They fed us pizza, which was nice. 4-hour seminar. Pizza, tell me how I can get a house, how I can't. Good lecture. They had a fucking snarky ass lawyer. I didn't mean to say he wasn't snarky. I'm sorry.
Oh, he wasn't like. Yeah.
He was a slick ass lawyer. He was Indian, but what was cool about him, as opposed to being, we were talking about Short Circuit last week. It's supposed to being a white guy playing an Indian. He was an Indian playing a white guy. So understood what he was saying. He was very funny, energetic, telling you like, listen, I'm a lawyer. I love making money off people. I'm gonna give you some free legal advice that you're not gonna get. This is what you gotta do when you get an attorney, when you want to buy a house, because we're slick like that. So you don't ask the right questions, we'll fuck you over. But this is the thing that we fuck you over. Like, so I thought he was really cool. Like, so we might be moving into a nice house.
Sounds kind of like a dick.
Yeah, he was a dick, but he was an honest dick. I like
All right,
honest
at least
dicks,
you can
yeah.
appreciate the honesty. Yeah.
He's like, this is how we do it, and I love making
So
money.
normally he's a dick.
He's like, I love making money. Making money is what I do best. But I'm gonna give you free advice, and I love it when people don't know this stuff. But I'm telling you guys this right now, and he told us the
I
information.
like when dicks buy me pizza.
Yeah. The pizza was really good, and they were like saying, "Oh, only 2 slices for everybody." I know, I know Stu's like a big fan of food and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm not a 2-slice guy.
Yeah.
I want half a pie.
Yeah, so they were like 2 slices, and it was all plain, unfortunately. And one of the 2 things I hate about pizza, one, you're blowing on it like constantly like a fucking hooker. You take a bite out of it, and you're still roof of your mouth is like peeling because it's so goddamn hot. Not the problem with this pizza. The problem with this pizza, you take a bite out of it, the whole fucking cheese comes off.
Oh, it was coagulated cheese.
Yeah, to the point where when we went to get for thirds, because apparently their whole 2 pizza system did not work, because they were like, oh, we have mad extra pizza. Come get a pizza. Come get a donut, please. Eat some more food. So I go, let me get a slice. They open the box, full pizza pie. She's trying to take the 1 slice out, and it's like
the cheese is just pulling
it's
off
all of it, because they didn't
Oh.
even cut it well. And she's like trying, and then finally, at the last second before it's gonna come, half the cheese remains in the box, and I get like a half cheese pizza sandwich, half cheese pizza slice, and I ate it anyway, of course, but it was like, God damn it.
That's when you say, "I want my cheese."
You know what? I'm trying to get a grant. I'm not gonna complain. So hopefully that works out. Everything like that. My advice to you guys out there, real quick, is when you get in a situation like I am, you want to get married, thing like that. Budget your money really well, and most importantly, my boy Mark over here to my right.
Yep.
When you want to do the wedding, everything like that, don't feel pressured to have to spend as much as possible to have this glamorous day. My wedding was a modest wedding, which wasn't bad. It was a nice.
Your wedding was
you were
off
there.
the hook.
Yeah, it wasn't on the level of like $50,000 wedding, but it was a modest amount. But that's still expensive in the long run. So what Mark is actually doing, which I think is really awesome, is he's doing like a winter wedding, and he's waiting until he's ready. Him and his fiance are waiting till they're ready to have the wedding. You slide a ring on your girl. Don't have the date ready right away. Put your money aside and then have the date plan when you have the money ready. We're in a little bit of debt, still paying for the wedding 3 years later. But I'm not going to turn back and say I didn't want to have that wedding the way it was, because Stu said it was an amazing wedding, like he said.
Yeah. No, it was really nice.
But like
Off the hook.
the way society makes it, and even that fucking movie that we watched, not together, me and you, Mark, but the 5-year relationship, the 5-year engagement wedding.
Oh God, yeah.
Horrible movie, but
Terrible.
they put that stipulation in the title alone to make people think like, oh my God, 5-year engagement is horrible. But what the fuck? You got to make sure you're ready to do it, And I like what
agree.
you're doing. So I want to ask you, Mark, what is the bachelor party gonna be like? Because we're like 2 months away or 3 months before your big day.
4.
4 months. He's like, don't fucking fake it so early, man. I still got time to be a bachelor, motherfuckers.
Bear Exposures,
And-
Atlantic City.
It's end of January. I don't know. I was just talking to my friend, and I was like, dude, I mean, I'm not a strip club kind of guy.
Mm.
I just want to,
Aw.
like, go get a steak. Let's go to the. Let's go
go-
get a steak.
Let's go get a steak.
That's the end of it. That's for me. It's
let's
just
go
like,
to-
I want to eat something really
Let's go
good.
to Outback, man. That's the way we get
And-
down.
Like,
I'm gonna
Have
get
them
you
all-
a girl covered in steaks.
Have them, you're gonna have them come sing to you, like, you know, for your like a wedding song, like the waiters and shit at Outback.
yeah, that's
No,
what I want.
what do
I
you
want
mean?
them to make up a wedding song. You're getting married.
Yeah,
hey,
they
hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, they
They'll
all
come out
clap.
and-
Who's getting married? You know, stuff like that. Yeah. Like the thing I'm kind of worried about with getting married and everything like that is if Brangelina couldn't make it, what hope do we have?
It's true.
Like, how do you guys feel about that whole thing? I know, like, when that happened, that story broke this.
Oh
week.
yeah, that was this week. Yeah.
Yeah, like the whole Brangelina breakup. That
Um,
I feel bad because the first thing I thought about was Jennifer, just like everyone else did. And
They're
that was,
too much of a power couple. That's why. That's why it doesn't work.
It was too much. They
yeah,
imploded.
they're both. You know what I mean? If they had, they're both. Yeah, they're both extreme actors, and
Yeah.
they both have huge careers. Like, who's the one that keeps the other one grounded?
True. Although I would say like I think I would think the army of children they have has some impact on them because she's like bringing home kids every day. So it's just like it starts probably kind of weighing down on Brad Pitt in a way. Like like
Yeah, but he was very.
kid, honey.
He was. He was very. He was pretty sad about it.
Yeah, he looks like he's. I
He
had
was
enough
pretty
of these
sad
goddamn-
about it.
Oh, with the
no,
breakup?
he was sad
Of
about
course.
the breakup.
Wasn't-
He
no, but
didn't want it.
There's the whole thing though with the
I think it's her.
the FBI
Biatch.
Yeah, she
is
did.
involved in like child abuse allegations because they said that he was like drunk on a plane, like hit his kid.
Well,
And the FBI is looking into it because it's like airspace or something.
Oh, you can't hit kids in airplanes now.
Yeah, if you're in an
That's, like,
airplane, the
okay.
FBI is on the case.
Well, he shouldn't have mouthed off like that. You know.
I would say the only good the only good thing about this whole Brangelina breaking up thing is it's made me want to go back and rewatch Taron Killam's Brad Pitt's impressions on SNL.
Yeah.
And it's the best thing ever. I mean, who cares? They're people act like they're the couple that was gonna make it. It's like,
No, you guys
it
are.
was garbage.
You and your
Like,
fiance are gonna be the one
I
that
think
makes
so.
it.
I think so.
You're the new. You
But,
guys think of a celebrity name yet?
Bark.
Bark.
For your child?
No, that's their celebrity name.
It's our couple. name.
Oh,
It's
a
like
couple
Bark.
name. Oh,
She's Bree. I'm Mark.
Yeah.
oh, Bark. All right. Yeah, I get it now.
It has so much meaning, like a tree, you know, because they're like that
Yeah,
strong.
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
awesome, man.
I just feel like they've both had failed relationships in the past that have, like they met on the set of a movie and like fucked around on their fiance or their spouses
Yeah.
and then broke it off and then got together for themselves and both their careers have gone in the toilet since they've been together.
I wouldn't say it's in the toilet. Would you say that for Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt maybe is a little bit better. I feel like Angelina Jolie's just like tanked it.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. Well, now she wants to be a director, and like her movies have been like not great. That By
Yeah,
the Sea
true.
movie like
Yeah.
looks terrible. got
They're
terrible
both in
reviews.
that movie. Actually,
They're both
right?
in that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she's bringing them both down. I think
That movie actually.
Career-wise.
That movie actually is like telling the future because he looks miserable in that film. And it's like a whole
yeah.
way it's going down. But that's what Angelina Jolie is saying, that they broke up because she's miserable with the relationship. I mean, he's miserable, so it's bringing her down. So I don't know. But everyone's like, "Oh, Jennifer Aniston, aren't you happy about that?" And it's like, dude, this lady's been married for like 2 years. Why does she give a fuck right now? But I think back to when that happened, like fucking 10 years ago when that breakup happened. I felt really sorry for Jennifer Aniston, like, you know, because I'm like, why would you fuck her over just because you were casting the movie with somebody? It's not, and everyone's like acting like, oh, they were meant to be. It's like, no, it was fucking casting. That's all that happened. You start making out with somebody on a set, you're probably gonna fall for them.
They're all fucking millionaires who don't need our pity or support. So
Word.
yeah.
All right, I jacked the whole like how my week was long enough. Beside the fact I finally watched that movie Sisters that we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
That movie was hilarious, and I love the fact that way SNL works is like Adam Sandler pulls in like the cast members from the '90s, and like Tina Fey pulls in the 2000 cast members. So like, you know, if you were on the show in a certain time period, just wait by the phone. You'll get a call from like one of them to be in a movie with a little part, whatever. But that's how Key and Peele should have did that movie. Like I was bitching about that Keanu movie a couple of weeks ago, but Tina Fey and Amy Poehler have it.
What do you think they should have done? What are you saying?
Do a funny movie. Like that's all. Do a consistent funny comedy. Even though I think Sisters was like basically the female version of Step Brothers.
I thought you were saying like Key and Peele should have gotten SNL cast members to be in their movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm sorry, you guys out there listening to, and I'm also sorry that we're going on movies so long. You're like, where are you getting your goddamn reviews? Where's the music news?
That's me talking.
Yeah, but all right. I'm sorry.
I want to hear about movies.
Go ahead, Mark. How was your week?
I went to Great Adventure yesterday.
Oh, they're still open.
Yeah, it's Fright Fest, bitch.
Oh, okay.
I
didn't know they started in September.
I didn't stay for Fright Fest actually.
Were you scared?
No,
have your-
no,
you had
because
your
Fright Fest doesn't start until fucking like dusk.
Oh,
Everything
go
there's
on
all
the
there's all this
King
shit
Ka.
that's like half. That's like there's all these empty spots where it's like this location doesn't open until 5 p.m. Like this ride, this maze, this other fucking bullshit thing that you have to pay $20 for. None of these things open. So like half the parks
Yeah, you got to
closed.
pay extra money.
I was
Ah,
pissed
I hate that
because
shit.
we had to go.
You're already in there.
You know Skull Mountain.
yeah,
Well,
right.
they have
horrible.
they have now turned it into a 4D roller coaster experience.
So School Mountain's gone.
So, well,
all right.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
I don't know the full extent of if this is a seasonal thing, but where Skull Mountain is now. I guess it's the same roller coaster inside probably, but what they've done is they give you a VR headset, like a Samsung Galaxy VR or whatever,
Yeah.
and so you're on the roller coaster, but then like in your eyes and when you look around, it's like fucking demons destroying the world and shit, and like you're on a ride and shit's happening. So I wanted to.
And that shit doesn't come off.
I want to fucking experience that. What do you mean it doesn't come off?
It doesn't like fly off of you
I guess
and
not.
like
Yeah, I don't know.
break. and,
Maybe
like,
maybe it's not. I don't know what they've.
what do
I
they
don't know.
like? Lock it on your head?
Probably. But I went. So yesterday was supposed to be the
Need the
first day it
whole
was
helmet.
open.
Yeah.
I went on their Facebook and they were like, "Tomorrow's the next day." I was like, "Tomorrow I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. That's the thing I want to do. It's like first thing, let's go. I want to experience this VR shit because it's all over the place, but I've never experienced it, so I want to see what it's like. Fucking get there. First things first. Let's get there. And there's a sign like, due to technical difficulties, this
Of
ride
course.
is not open today.
He
Fuck you.
he felt like fucking Chevy Chase
Ah,
at Wally World.
Bullshit.
We couldn't get it to work.
Did you punch the thing in the fucking mouth and like get a handgun and rob the place?
I wanted to.
Yeah.
But there was nothing to do that to. It was just a rope with a sign.
Punch the sign, dude.
I climbed
Should've
Skull
started-
Mountain and punched him.
Just punch shit.
Punch Skull Mountain in the face.
But yeah, no, it was cool. Like the beginning of the
You
day
should've skull
yesterday
fucked
was
it.
I was
The
yeah.
skull fuck.
should have.
I'd love to have a picture of Mark skull fucking
I bet
Skull
you-
Mountain.
I bet you would. Go on.
No, but it was cool in the morning. Like it was kind of rainy. We got there. It was like misty and rainy. So like there was not a lot of people there in the morning. So we got to like go on a couple rides first thing with like no lines.
That's the best, man. You got to get the Six Flags early.
Yeah, and then
Little- PSA to you guys out there.
but let me tell you, roller coasters aren't made for me because I tried going on like 2 or 3 and. Like the ones with the bars that come down over your chest.
Oh, and they smack your head
it
left and
fucking-
right?
No, like I could not fit. Like I'm not that large. Like I don't think I'm that fat of a
No,
dude.
no.
But
You're a
it's like
tiny
my
puppet,
it's
yeah.
my shoulders and my chest. It like can't get past it. Like I can't suck in my chest plate
Yeah.
anymore. So like if I was a little bit shorter,
And they
I
come
could've sunk
over
down
and
a little bit.
you
Oh,
know
yeah.
they come over and they're like, yeah,
Yeah, this-
they like pound it
Yeah,
in
yeah.
your chest,
You-
so
so-
like make sure you're
Yeah.
locked in.
They even do that with the one on your waist too. Like push. I try to put it down like where it's not like crushing my balls, and then when they come down to check, they push it lower. It's like fuck. I wanted some.
Yeah, and it
room.
ratchets. Yeah, it's like handcuffs.
But so I tried going on like 2 or 3, and I couldn't. Like literally the same thing. Like these people come over, they try to fucking push. I'm like, I just want to get out. Like I tried going on the Green Lantern, and it like I got it to where the thing clicked, but I couldn't buckle the buckle thing. Like it couldn't go any further.
Yeah.
And they like came over and like had their feet on, like trying to fucking push it down. I was like, I can barely breathe. Just get me the fuck out of here.
You're like that fat lady on the ride when everyone's waiting and watching them like try to put her in, and she has to eventually give up and say and
Yeah,
get up, and
it
everyone's
sucks.
watching. that
It
whole
real
thing.
sucks.
But at least
So-
luckily no one was there though, right? You're saying.
Well, there was. I mean,
Oh.
there was people.
Okay.
It's not like I was the only one on the ride. No, but well, then I'll say the best part of the day though. We went on. So Six Flags, they have the drive-through safari, which
Yeah.
is not a thing anymore. You don't drive through it anymore. But
Oh.
what they do is they have like a thing you go on.
Too many animal
So-
rapings, I guess.
I get. They said that it's just
No,
like
they're
the monkeys
wrecking
are a problem.
people's
They
cars.
eat fucking
Yeah.
food out of people's cars. People stop and just cause traffic jams for hours.
Yeah.
So apparently they stopped doing that a couple years back. But now, which I think this should have been a thing forever, is you wait in line, you get on a fucking safari truck, they take you through like a guided tour of like all these different areas.
Jurassic Park
There's-
style. Yeah.
Kind of like Jurassic Park. And they drop you off at this little outpost in the middle of the wildlife preserve that they have going on. You
Where
get
the
to like,
baboons
they have
rip your faces off.
they actually don't let you see the monkeys right now because they
Okay.
want to bring the monkeys in, but they're like too. It's too much right now. I guess
Yeah.
they're still planning the whole thing out. But you feed giraffes. You can feed giraffes there. There's like a giant anteater. There's snakes and shit. It's really cool. And then they take you on a second half and they bring you back to the place. But it was like the whole thing. Like to get on this safari thing was like it took like an hour. Like you
That's
get
why
on
I
the
hate
thing.
the
There's
safari.
like it was cool. There's like 20-minute drive to the place. You hang out at the place. You see all these cool animals. There was like baby lion cubs that you get to watch and like. It was just really cool.
Yeah.
There was lots of like elephants, giraffes, like shit you never see, and like more than if you go to a zoo. You know, there's like one bear. You know, and like this is like there's like a whole shit ton of fucking brown bears, black bears, tiger, like full size fucking tigers and lions. It was crazy.
Nice.
It was cool. Yeah. So that was like the best part of the day. It was
Yeah.
like I was like after being kicked, like having to leave fucking roller coasters.
You should have tried the other
Feel
part.
so shitty.
What's the water park? I've never been to the park. You
Oh,
should've just
Hurricane
tried that.
Harbor.
Hurricane Harbor.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm
You're not a water guy.
Well, I like. Yeah, it's just it was. I mean, it's the fucking fall now, so it wasn't even like a day when it was.
It's
like-
it's fall in theory, but it's hot as
Yeah.
balls still.
It's all right. It's
Stu,
nice.
How about your week?
Yeah, how was your
week?
week?
Nothing to say.
All right. How about you, Little John? How was your week? Interesting. Is that all you did? Cool.
Me?
No, Little John just
Oh.
did shots.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
Clinda went to our proprietor who lets us record here at her home at Hybrid Radio Studios. Went to VA for the week. Said she had a good time. Only one day? Oh, I thought you were there for longer.
No.
Fuck that. I wouldn't go to Virginia for a day. But that's just me. Stu, I want to thank you again for getting the vodka because last week's show you know how I like to buy the whiskey, which you weren't on.
You bought the vodka.
I want you to thank you for suggesting to buy the vodka. Thank you for correcting me. No one would have known, but cool.
I didn't know Mark didn't like coconut.
Oh, it's fine.
But what happened is when we did the show last week with the whiskey, which I like buying whiskey, but the problem is I get a little crazy, get a little slurry with my vocals. With between that and Mark was going on and on about points he made like 6 or 7 times. We gotta really pull it back a little
Oh,
bit.
Jesus Christ.
We both fucked up though.
Okay then.
I'm just
I'm hyperventilating.
Jeez.
he's like the dad from
So
Back to the Future.
insulted.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it was the whiskey talking.
Let me tell you, fucking giraffes, kangaroos. They had lions there. What do you mean going over points? This all over.
No, when we were doing our reviews, I'm saying
just kidding,
we,
yeah.
we were just
we were just fucked up.
yeah, we were fucked up, and you even point out, dude, I'm more drunker than normal, and I was like,
Dude, well,
Oh,
I
shit.
could point out that was probably one of your longest podcasts, and it was only the two of you.
yeah,
Yeah,
Because
Very true.
I saw it, it was like 1.5 gigabytes on the
Great
FTP.
Scott!
Scott!
What the hell's
Oh,
a
yeah,
gigabyte?
Jay was here.
Yeah, Jay was
sat
here
in
for a
on
little
most,
bit,
Most
but
of it. He didn't do the reviews, but
1.5 gigabytes.
great.
definitely let's blame Jay.
All right, you guys ready for some music news now? Let me pull out my notes. Here we go. Oh shit! This just in. Bill Nunn, actor, was found dead.
Who?
62 years old. How dare you? How dare you not know who he is? For you guys who don't know who Bill Nunn is, he's a veteran actor black actor, which is probably why my co-hosts don't know who he is. He is the guy that played
Douche.
that played. He's in the two the Spider-Man movies 2 and 3 with Tobey Maguire, but you might know him as man from New Jack City, the politically incorrect stuttering guy who was part of Nino Brown's like posse.
No, give me another credit.
You did not see. If you guys did not see New Jack City, stop. Wait, listen to this whole podcast.
Dude,
first.
I might have seen it in like the 80s.
Yeah, listen to the whole podcast first and go back and watch New Jack City. It was
I was probably like 12
it was
when I saw it.
I was too. It was Ice Cube and
Bill Nunn.
Bill Nunn, yeah, and Wesley Snipes, peak best movie ever. I want to get to like his biggest role that everyone's talking about in a second, but the other movie I know him from is
White Men Can't Jump.
I know another. Oh, I already mentioned it, Spider-Man. But the movie that everyone's talking about that he was in, which is relevant to now, is Do the Right Thing. He was Radio Raheem, who used to come into the pizza place and always be playing the same Public Enemy song over and over. Did you guys see the Spike Lee joint, Do the Right Thing?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You remember?
I don't remember.
He didn't talk much. He just came in with his boombox and this play. How do you not remember that? It was every time he walked in, he was playing that fucking same song.
I'm saying I don't remember what the guy looks like.
Well, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Somebody walks. Yes, sure.
Yeah.
There's a guy with a radio.
And what's important about that is, you remember how he met his demise at the end of the movie, which spawned a whole like riot in the streets. And it's kind of like what's happening now, like when in North Carolina and
with all these riots?
Yeah, police
Yikes.
which I thought was interesting that it was important to bring it up, which I just got the story. They don't know actually how he died, but he died in Philadelphia like yesterday, and he was only 62 years old. And it's just like, you know how 2006 everyone's like dropping like flies and stuff like that.
2006.
16, I'm sorry. Well, they were dying 10 years ago too.
That's true.
But I was just like, what was your, without spoiling too much for people out there who haven't seen Do the Right Thing, what was your thoughts on like how he met his demise with the police? Like Mark, like did you think like it was fucked up?
What
Like
the fuck am I?
I'm not
I
trying to
do
put
the right thing once. Long ass
Okay.
time ago.
I'm the same way.
I've never seen it, so I'm
Not
just
something
staying
I have,
out of
like,
this altogether.
Complex thoughts on.
I don't want to like spoil it for you guys out there, but he was really annoying with that fucking song. And but at the same time, he didn't deserve what happened to him. You know, it's kind of a parallel to what's happening nowadays. I just wanted to feel you out to see what you thought about that. And what's weird about Spike Lee movies for me is I don't get the same reaction that I'm supposed to. Like when I saw Jungle Fever, and it's like, oh my god, like let it's a black guy like dating a white girl. Like why is this a big deal? And it's like the reason it's a problem for me is the guy was fucking married in the first place. That's the issue. Not that he's cheating on not that he's fucking a white girl. It's just he was married already, and he's fucking a girl that's not his wife. Like Spike Lee, to me, get on my soapbox right now, puts these like things into like movies that like ruins the whole like how we're supposed to feel. So like when the whole riot happened in Do the Right Thing, and Radio Raheem got killed by the police, which I just spoiled for you guys. If you haven't seen it, you're fucking stupid for not seeing the movie. Sorry for calling you stupid, Stu, but
Sorry, I haven't seen it.
check out the movie. You might be bored
Sorry,
about the whole thing. You
yeah.
might be angry about the whole movie, but at the end of the day, I really weigh out what happened to get him killed. And it's like, well, if you just stop with the bullshit fucking song and turn it off in the first place, you wouldn't be dead. But on the other hand, cops shouldn't like kill someone for no reason because you're black or whatever. Yeah, that's my whole point.
I think cops should kill people because they're black.
The thoughts of Snarky Mark do not reflect the rest of us here at Auto Reviews.
Black people. No. Obviously, I'm joking.
I know.
I don't think that you're taking the controversial stance.
No, I am.
I feel like most.
Well,
people would
I
say
did.
that
I
that's
did
true.
hear him kind of try to justify it on the news, and they're like, black people are kind of large and scary,
Yeah. Well, we are.
and intimidating to police officers.
So the first thought I have is
So, I shoot them.
I saw an actual picture on Facebook where a cop was like pointing a gun at his shadow. That was pretty fucking funny. But Yeah, so little pour your liquor out for Radio Raheem. He passed away yesterday. I'm hoping by next week we'll find out what he died from because 62 is a pretty young age to die. You know, I'm hoping he wasn't actually killed by police for playing that fucking "Fight the Power" song too many times. But next story we got here is a story I kind of teased from MTVNews.com. For you, Stu, I want you to listen to this. Really important. So now you can judge your Tinder matches by their most played Spotify songs. And it says, as far as cliche first date questions go, what kind of music are you into? Easily ranks as one of the most dreaded questions out there. Unoriginal as it may be, though, it is also important for a reason. Imagine having a great time with someone, then going back to their apartment and seeing stacks of Uncle Cracker records on their shelves. The horror! Lucky for you, music savvy singles, that's what they're saying, like single people, Tinder and Spotify have hooked up. I hate these fucking puns. dude.
I'm instantly screwed because I listen to the music that we got to listen to for this podcast on Spotify, and therefore I'm gonna get hooked up with some chick that I totally do not want to be with.
Or you do if you set your standards lower. So anyway, they hooked up for a new feature that makes you swiping experience a little more personal. Effective immediately, Spotify users will be able to connect their accounts to their Tinder profiles, displaying a list of their most played songs. But don't worry, if you've been rocking out to something super embarrassing lately, Tinder will let you hide it. So that's for you, Stu.
I gotta hide everything.
You'll also see a list of favorite artists you have in common with a particular match, giving you yet another way to judge someone and swipe accordingly. Even if you don't have Spotify, Tinder will now let you add an anthem to your profile, which is oh so cheesy, described as one song that you can get out your head while the lyrics of your life meet the rhythm of your soul.
Oh, I like that.
It's kind of like a.
That's nice.
It's kind of like
Kind of like a ballad.
No, it's
To be
it's
hooking
basically
up.
it's basically like what MySpace used to be.
Oh, true.
So, I want to ask you guys, what do you think of that? Stu, you want to go first? What do you think of the whole?
Yeah.
You're gonna get on Tinder now?
No, I only like the one song thing that they let you do.
You don't like the other thing? Then?
No, I don't like the being able to see what music I'm listening to. No,
You're embarrassed about your musical taste.
because there's
They're gonna
reasons why
they're
I
gonna
listen
swipe-
to different
They're gonna
music.
swipe right because of your whole
Oh my
like,
god, I gotta
EDM fantasy.
I listen-
fantasization.
Yeah, I listen to music I wouldn't normally listen to.
You can hide that, but what you like, you can put on your
Okay,
profile.
all right. I hide a lot of stuff.
But at the
I
same
listen
time,
to a lot of bad music.
You can find somebody like ravers, because you're into that dance music. If you guys don't know that out there,
Yeah, wow.
Big League Stu is a big rave fan, so you can put that on your Spotify.
Rave and punk. Yeah,
you can put your
it's
Spotify
good
list
stuff.
onto your Tinder account. I think it's kind of cool because I like judging people by what they listen to. I think if I was a single person, I would definitely get on that. Mark, you're not a single person yourself, but what do you think about the whole?
I need to find a junglist girl.
Exactly, a girl from the jungle.
Yes.
Drop the mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, I've never used
Spotify.
I've
never used heroin before.
I've only used the free Spotify, so you can't like pick shit sometimes, which is annoying to me.
Exactly.
And yeah, I've never used any dating apps or anything like that. I think it's a good idea. You know, I don't see why you should. I mean, because what Tinder, other than it's just like you see someone's face and you swipe left or right, so it's like super superficial.
Right, but now it's a little.
But now
it's going in a little bit.
Yeah.
It's still superficial.
But I feel
think,
like you
but
know,
not so
for
much.
me, I feel like if I was on a Tinder person, it would probably just justify a lot of things. Where I'm like, this girl probably listens to shitty country music. And then I was fucking right.
And she's
You know?
got to.
Yeah, that I could see where that could save you in some
Yeah.
instances.
Go. How so?
How so? Exactly what he said.
Okay.
Girl listens to shitty country music, and I could see it.
Yeah.
I instantly don't want to
Yeah,
date her.
Exactly.
but at the same time, Tinder is supposed to be like shallow in the first place. But would you like not care because she's hot anyway? Like I'm just asking
Oh,
you.
yeah. See, that's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think there's
You have to weigh the picture and the music.
yeah.
Why stop there? Why don't you just have a whole profile on Tinder? What are your favorite books? What are your favorite movies? What's your favorite music?
Exactly.
Why not do the whole thing?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could
but
do
I feel
that.
like music is definitely like
Yeah, but then it's up to date, right?
yeah, I guess so, right?
Because it's
It would be
whatever you
what they're
listen
listening
to,
to
it would
at
be
the time of their
it would
top.
be right up to date, like to what you're doing now.
But then I thought the point of Tinder is that we live in a really instant gratification society, so you have to read everything before you swipe left. It's too much to read. So what do you? It's like you see the picture, you got to read their whole profile and then swipe left, as opposed to just looking at their picture alone.
I don't know.
All right,
I usually just go by breast size.
Yeah.
A D. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually am not
Totally kidding.
I'm not getting much out of
I
you
like
two.
I like A cups.
Can I get Clinton on the mic here? Clinton, do you want to tell us what you think of this whole thing? I feel like
We need a female voice.
I feel like
think it's cool.
okay.
She
I
thinks it's cool.
I thought you were. I felt you were saying something on that.
Yeah, but I feel like I think Tinder's been around for long enough that I think people that use dating sites are probably tired of getting incompatible matches.
Is that true, Stu?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Usually vagina and penis is a match.
It's like an outlet and a plug, right?
Yeah. There's other kind of matches too.
Yeah,
Penis and penis. Sometimes that works too.
That's Grindr.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Grinder. Yeah.
But
Oh, that's Grinder.
but yeah, I think it's not a bad idea. It's a good option. I think at
Yeah.
least.
I think it's a
Um,
start, a gateway to the next thing that I mentioned earlier.
Because there's always that thing. Like I've known male friends in the past who are like, oh, like started dating this new chick. Yeah, she's into and it'll give something where I'm like, I know that he's not into that. Like,
Right.
but she's real cool, and then it end up not working out.
Right.
And I think music taste can be a real indicator as to whether
I don't know,
you're
because
compatible.
my parents have been together for 1 billion years, and they don't have musical. They don't agree on music.
It's different. It's different nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's different people have different levels of musical tastes.
All
Yeah.
right.
Nowadays, people care about what you like and don't like, as opposed to back when your parents got together. I think.
I think that's bullshit. I think they cared then.
Yeah, I don't know.
They
I mean,
did
I guess-
then.
I think they
Yeah,
did.
but I think
I
back
think they
then it
did,
was
but
maybe-
sometimes opposites attract. So
Yeah, I
don't
think it's
know.
more apparent back then till now.
I mean, as long as it's not a huge extreme or anything like.
I'm a Nazi. You're a Jew.
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
The classic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the classic.
usually huge extremes like that don't work. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, were you gonna say something, Mark? As you gonna
No,
arm around me.
I just put my arm around you. Just want to.
just want to
I
love
know
me
that we have similar musical tastes, so
Yeah.
I think maybe something could work between us.
someday. If we don't, we can have a whole, we can have a whole. What's that movie? The fucking Brokeback Mountain thing. We can do that whole thing.
Sure, why not?
It'll be sexy. I don't want to die on a overdose though. You can be the Heath Ledger. I'll be the Jake Gyllenhaal.
Thank you.
Is that the one that gives or receives?
But at least you'll be in
Not
the
sure.
best movie ever. So that's good. Awesome. So let's think in the comment section, you guys, if you think what you have to say about that. I'm gonna get another beer real quick, and then we'll get to the next news topic, which is gonna be something that Mark's gonna love.
I see the title from here.
Awesome.
It's
You
got
see
some.
that?
It's got some key words for
Yes.
me.
All right. So let me preface the story real quick. There's 2 albums that are having their anniversary this year. One is the latest, the Nevermind album from Nirvana is on their 25th year anniversary.
You know what they had on Facebook? The dude, that's the picture of that
Yeah,
baby. The baby.
Is it an
He's
adult?
25, and he's
Oh.
like, "That's my little dang-a-lang swanging
That's
on the Nirvana Nevermind cover."
Stu, are you actually telling me that they asked him that question? Is that your dick? And he's like, yeah, that's my dick.
Yeah, pretty
Thank
much,
you.
pretty
Okay.
much.
That's what he
what
has
they,
on his Tinder profile.
they wanted to know.
That's my
They
little
wanted to know.
dang-a-lang
Yeah.
swang.
Obviously, it's
Yeah.
your penis, dude. Like
It's a little schmeckle.
Are you sure it's not
Little schmeckle hanging there.
It's not a Photoshop penis. That's your dick.
Yeah,
it's still the same.
That's my real dick. It's exactly the same.
It's still the same size today. But I remember me and Mark were working at the CD store when it was on their 20th anniversary in 2011. I don't remember what you said about that album, like how it affected your life. Never mind Nirvana, but I remember you didn't really give a shit that much about it. Did you? I remember we cared on the impact, but we weren't like, oh my god.
How could you not care about Nirvana?
I feel like we didn't feel like, oh my god, my life was going this direction. But when I heard the album, it went that way.
If you're talking about like when it came out,
yeah,
it's not something that I was they came out in 93.
91.
Everybody
91?
was touched by Nirvana.
Yeah, but I mean,
Sexually.
if it came out in 91, I was 7. So like I was a little too young to be affected by like when it came out.
I thought you were gonna say I was way too mature for that shit. I'm like, this shit sucks. It's all about the Pixies, motherfucker. But go on.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely became a bigger thing to me later.
Yeah.
But I don't think I was really that into like or aware of Nirvana until probably after he died. You know,
Blasphemy.
I probably knew that they existed, but as a kid, I was not. I don't know. I grew up not being into that much music like that. Like it wasn't until like 3rd or 4th grade that I really got into music, and we're talking 1993 or 94. You know, and which is when he killed himself.
Awesome segue to this. So now we flash forward another 5 years.
Yeah.
And now we're celebrating the anniversary of the Pinkerton album from Weezer, which I got the story from RollingStone.com. And now it finally went platinum after 20 years. And if I remember,
Is that album?
Poser.
That's that was the one before it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was their first album.
sophomore
This is their second one.
Pinkerton was the one after that.
Their
Yeah.
second album. Yeah.
So this is the question I'm going to ask for Mark. I'll do a little backstory. So this is the second album that comes out, and it fucking tanked to the point where it was on the Rolling Stone list of the worst album of 1996. But now it's considered their best work ever, which Mark has went on record saying that the first 2 albums from Weezer are masterpieces to him. So I want to ask you this question because even the lead singer Rivers Cuomo said that album he did not like. And he said probably like 2001 he was like, I didn't like that album either. It's really bad. It's really reflecting on like my whole like dark years when I was addicted to painkillers and everyone hated it. But at the same time when he went to play shows, obviously the fans were like, oh my god, Weezer's amazing. It's great, but at the same time it's tanking. The record label's putting on all the singles. Nothing's happening. Be fucking honest. Because this article here says, how did the album go from embarrassment to essential? But it doesn't really answer that. Like, what makes the album so great now as opposed to the same exact music 20 years ago? So I want you to tell me first, what was your reaction when you first heard it being a Weezer fan, following up the first album? And also, like, why do you feel like it's good now as opposed to back then?
Well, I think it was always really good.
Oh, you did?
I think that it's just
so when you
because
first
when it came
bought
out,
it,
no,
right,
but here's
yeah,
okay. So here's, I mean, if you want to ask me my history, I loved the Blue album, the first Weezer album. I had that on tape, like 4th grade. Listened the shit out of it.
Yeah.
4th grade. Ooh, going back.
Remember that 4th grade? Go on.
But I listened to White Stripe then.
When Pinkerton came out, I remember I'd never bought it. I didn't buy it. Like, I don't know why. I had to think back to it. I'm like, well, yeah. I think I listened to it at Borders when you could like listen, when they had like CD stations and you could just like listen to like something they had in there.
So we're fast forwarding to like what age then?
Well, this is like when it came out. I'm
Okay,
saying.
I'm sorry.
Like, it came out and I remember being like, and at the time, you know, like this was I was in maybe 5th or 6th grade when it came out. So then it's like, what do I spend my money on? The thing that I know is going to be great, or the album that nobody really likes, you know? So it was like, I like Weezer. I remember listening to it and thinking, and not really getting it, but never really listening to it at that point.
Okay.
It wasn't until like years later, probably like, I don't know, beginning of high school, that I bought it, and then was like, this is really good. And then, I think I listened to it like all summer on a trip to Florida to visit my grandparents or something, and it was like one of the 3 CDs I had with me, and it became like my favorite thing, and I didn't understand why nobody liked it. And then like years later I found like, you know, when I finally found like, oh, these are like the cool punk kids that I like, they all liked it, and I was like, oh yeah, So cool
Yeah.
people like this Weezer album, and yeah, I think at this point, everybody's sort of turned around because it is a really great album. It's just it was so different at the time from what they were known to be because like that first album is like very poppy and it's got a real polish to it. This one is a
Yeah.
little more gritty, a little more loose. There's a lot more like. It's
That's
just
the same
it's a
demise
different-
that the last Nirvana album In Utero faces.
Yeah, it's kind of the same,
Yeah.
same kind of thing.
I love In Euro.
If you go,
It's a
yeah,
good
like if you go the drop off in like popular fans, like in the people that just listen to the radio, the people that bought Nevermind, and then when Utero came out, they were like, "That's bullshit."
Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm
so,
That's all they care
I'm one of
about.
those people. Yeah.
so I think for a while it
You're
was
one
like,
of those people?
Yeah. I like.
I hate you.
I love the polished version of Nevermind, which actually was recorded in the same studio as Pinkerton. I love that version as opposed to the dark, dreary, like muddy version of In Utero.
I have to.
But I'm
disagree.
a poser. I admit it. I'm a Nirvana poser. I like the poppy songs. I don't like the sad, depressing shit.
the yelling and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
I kind of like that.
with like Weezer, I think the problem was the whole marketing on the first album, video wise, compared to the second one. They seem like a really fun, like funny band with all the videos, like Buddy Holly and the one before that with the dogs running in the blue screen, the Undone song. And then we should have seen what was happening with the Say It Ain't So video because they're only playing a song in like a laundry room. It's kind of a serious like song, but it's not funny. We should have seen it then, but we didn't notice it. But then when they came out with like El Scorcho and like did they do a video for
tired of sex.
yeah, did they do a video for that?
Mhm.
Yeah, I never seen it, but like I think their image was the problem why people thought they were just a fun band, more so than what the
Yeah.
music was.
Well, also, I mean, if you like know anything about the Weezer's history, like that, yeah, I mean, like you said, that was sort of a weird time for them as a band. That after this album is when they sort of took a break for a while.
Right.
They lost their bass player, who was also like a big, Matt Sharp and Rivers
Lost
really-
him.
Well, he left
left.
the band.
They knew where he was.
They had a big, like basically this album was sort of a weird.
Where the bass
um,
player go? I don't know where he is.
From what I know of it, is that this was sort of a weird, like, they had this idea for a concept record that was, like, based around these characters they created and, like, this whole story of, like, space and weird shit going on. So, like, there's maybe 2 songs that survived and are on the record, and they changed a couple of lyrics around, but, like, there's a whole bunch of songs that they wrote and then ended up, like, the record label didn't like it or whatever it was. For whatever reason, they ended up having to scrap it. And, since then, Rivers has released a couple of solo albums with like demos and stuff he's recorded over the years, and you can find those songs now. Like, for years, like people on the message boards, like, oh, it was called Tales from the Black Hole.
Right.
So it's this whole thing of like, oh, any Tales from the Black Hole songs? People like trading these like shitty versions online.
It's so amazing how much this band, after they came back together, has been anything like they fucking do. People like gravitate towards, and at that time they're on their worst list, and now people are saying even Rolling Stone has retracted what they said, saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
we were wrong," which makes it weird for us as critics because I feel like some albums I'll say myself personally, I've ranked higher or lower than what, and if I sit on it longer, it's actually not bad or not that good.
Now, this guy had a pipe just for hash.
Yeah, when he did that, when they went
He
to,
had a pipe just for hash.
yeah, when they went back to
He,
that,
he
whole
didn't
sound,
smoke any weed in it.
Yeah.
It was just hash.
When they went back to that
Hash
sound,
pipe.
it worked again, and everything Weezer has done since then, with the exception of Maladroid, people fucking love for some reason.
Maladroid's a good record.
Yeah, you're saying that as a Weezer fan, but I don't think that's on the same level as every single self-titled record they do.
Yeah,
But except from the red one, but
I have my own opinion. Yeah, Weezer's sort of gone off the deep end, I think.
yeah, but you like the last album that we just reviewed.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
expecting.
okay, they're making decent music
Yeah.
now, but the thing is, I feel like they've gotten too far into this thing of like, well, you know what? We've got this like core group of fans, like, and people know who we are, like
Let's
in the
appease
popular
them.
thing.
Yeah.
Let's just like we can make as much money as we need by like doing these fucking boat shows, and like we have a tour every year, like a boat cruise every year.
Fucking
And-
Hey, I don't diss on the
Yeah.
concert
I'm not dissing-
Cruise is
cruises.
amazing, dude.
I'm just saying that I feel like in terms of like them as a band, they've sort of gotten to the point where they know how to make songs sound good enough for people to come and keep coming to their shows. And like, I don't know, like they're this.
You give up.
Oh, come on, put it together. Put it
Yeah.
together.
Marcus,
What were you gonna say?
It's like, okay, no,
we
it's
want to know.
No, it's just like I feel like they've just lost a little bit of their like their grittiness as a band, and instead are like, because here's what happened to me is that they went on a tour where they played Pinkerton and the Blue Album back to back 2 nights in a row, like on a tour. So they played all of their Blue Album.
were
the
there?
next night. No, I didn't. I wanted to go, but I wasn't able to go.
Okay.
But I think after that they realized like, oh, this is kind of how those songs were made. We should just keep like everyone's been bitching for years that we're not making songs like we were in the beginning.
Yeah.
So now I think their newest 2 albums are sort of like, well, you know what? We can sort of still make songs that sound like that, but they don't have to be as like I feel like the first 2 albums are very personal, and everything since then has been less personal.
I get you.
When Hashpipe came out, he had said like that was the first song he wrote where he was like, I don't have to write it from my first person perspective. I can sort of create somebody that the song is about and just write it from their perspective, and I don't have to give as much of myself because he's like this crazy dude who had like locked himself in the fucking studio and like threw away the master tapes and like, you know, like pissed in buckets for a year.
I
or something.
feel like what's weird about
It's probably not true. Like
It's the way of the road.
He's also very smart and like
It's
graduated.
the way
at
of the
fucking
road.
Harvard
We
and, like,
piss in buckets.
He's like a fucking doctor, but
We piss in bottles and dump them out the window.
yeah, but he was
It's
like
the way of the road.
I think he like maybe is one of those people that put a little too much of their own personal demons into the music, and it stopped being fun.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, we could just be fun all the time, and it's like not as personal. I feel like, which is what I like.
I love it. I love the fun part of them. And I'm sure you guys out there right now don't even know what the fuck they're talking about or realize how deep this guy is being. You just want to hear a good fucking power pop song. But yeah. Cool discussion right there, guys. Awesome.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
And with that ends the news portion of the show. Now it's time for some Clink. All right, you guys, it's time for some reviews. And we're going to start with the latest album from Usher. All right. Now, Usher.
This is a no-brainer.
Who is Usher, you might not ask whatsoever, but let's do it right now. His album called Hard to Love. He's an international R&B artist
Sums it up.
who is now on his 8th album. He's been releasing music since 1994 with the assistance of famous producers like Jermaine Dupri, L.A. Reid, Diddy, Pharrell Williams, and will.i.am. And with that, Usher has spawned numerous hits like You Make Me Want to Leave the One I'm With, Start a New Relationship, You. I didn't do the facade voice he does, but that's the song.
So I'm going to hear one of these songs on the radio soon.
No, it's an old song.
No. One of these new songs from the album.
Possibly.
Crap.
It's got the song called Caught Up, OMG, and Burn. And of course, the song Yeah, featuring our mascot, Little John. Big hit song. In addition to that, he's won 8 Grammys, 18 Billboard Music Awards, a Soul Train Award, and possibly a BET Award, but who fucking cares about that? And he's acted a few times in some flicks, and he helped launch Justin Bieber's career by letting him sign to his label back in 2008.
Go Bieber.
And I think it's a big misstep on Usher's artistic integrity when he started to embrace the whole like dance pop trend in his 6th album, Raymond vs. Raymond, since he lacked his whole authenticity of the R&B sound he was doing. Examples.
Wrong.
DJ's Got Me Falling in Love. Remember that song?
Okay.
Bullshit. This example of a formulaic club track. Now that the EDM bandwagon is almost in existence
Shut up.
horizon,
It didn't go. Yeah. Okay.
I'm hoping to see Usher return to his roots.
I want to see Usher popping and locking.
He
That's what I want to see. I want to see him popping and locking. Boo! all over the floor, popping and locking.
This is what I want to do for this review.
And I don't care about the singing.
Yeah.
The singing is horrible.
I want to
The
do this.
music's horrible. I just want to see him popping and locking. He can fucking move on the floor.
I feel like you're giving a review already.
I
But
am.
I want to do this. Like me and Mark did this last week, where we're gonna separate our reviews. I'll go first. You can go last too. You go.
Yeah, I
you
can
do
go last because I already gave mine.
that? You want to do that, Mark? That
Okay.
was kind of fun last time?
It was
Let's-
a blast.
It was awesome.
It's fucking
Sorry.
radical.
If I say anything that you guys disagree with, you can chime in case you're gonna forget later. I was surprised.
Disagree. You were not surprised.
I was not surprised, let's just say that, by the fact I mentioned that he was jumping on the dance bandwagon. So I was not surprised, which I feel like Stu's gonna jump in immediately, but here we go. That he's embracing the whole trap music trend. Embracing that shit.
It does not sound like trap music.
With the
whatsoever.
fact with the
But
fact
that's
that
alright.
with the fact that he's got Future and Young Thug on this album, I feel like he's attempting to be relevant. But the question is this glaring obvious? Is this an attempt to be musically relevant, or does it seem glaringly obvious and pathetic nowadays?
Oh, he's such a better dancer than a musician.
I'm not gonna say this. I'm not gonna deny the fact that he's not abandoning his whole R&B crooning baby making music sound. Like, for example, first song starts out with "I fucked up," and then the song begins.
Yeah. Strange.
Need You is the name of the song I'm talking about. The whole quiet synth keys mixed with the program bells and chimes, and as Usher laments about his lost love, you get that. Usher been doing that shit for years. You get that on this album. While the song "Bump" continues with the serenading style of the late '80s type R&B beat, right down the whole sample. Don't stop, get it. You get that shit on there. Also,
Tootsie Roll?
yeah,
Something about Tootsie Rolls?
Usher does his
No?
he does his slow jam shit. No, there's no 69 Boys on this album.
All right.
Usher does his slow jam shit too. For example, song "Downtown." Is it called "Downtown"? Downtime. Sorry, it's a piano ballad, really sweet, as well as the song "Tell Me," which has a quiet storm organs with the background mixed with the water dripping in a pot beat. He's doing his thing. Usher really hits the high notes like a castrated boy on that one. But the trap shit is where I want to talk about. The trap rap music. For example, the song "No Limit," which is a basic ode to Master P with the whole reference to the Ghetto D rapper. Other song I want to mention that I mentioned earlier, he says "I fucked up" in the beginning. Mad profanity on this album, which I'm not used to. Which when back in the day when Usher came out, not so much cursing, not so much N-word here and there. Now he's just saying "fuck," "I fucked this bitch," "I did that," "nigga this," "nigga that." Obviously, on the song "Make You a Believer," he incorporates so many blunt references and sexual explicit lyrics. It's Usher has his cliche trap music handbook in his hand when he's penning his lyrics down. I gotta mention that. I gotta mention this. I mentioned Future on the album on a song called "Rivals," but he's not so much on the album on that track so much, so it didn't annoy me as much because I'm a big Future hater. I want to get some compliments on this album. I love the clean electric guitars they use on the title track. It's kind of like a ballad where Usher is singing about how loving him is a gamble, and it actually almost brought me to tears. I almost fucking cried on one of these Usher songs. And I'm embarrassed to say it, but I'm gonna be honest.
Stop.
I really fucking almost cried.
You're fucking lying.
I really felt what he was saying. The emotion, the lyrics he's penning, the lyrics he's saying on the actual.
You got the little tingle in the back, down your spine, and you were like, "Oh, I'm so moved."
I'm so sorry, Usher. Why can't people love you? Cause it's not worth it. That's really all I gotta say before I get my rating. I want you guys have anything you want to disagree with before I go on?
All
Mark,
of it.
what
I
are you gonna say?
disagree
Mark?
with all of it.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm gonna jump the gun and give my fucking review.
All right, I'm sorry. I just thought I was mentioning songs.
Oh, he's smart one.
I didn't want to say songs that you disagree with. Me on, so I'm
You
saying.
got to give your review
I just want to ask you guys this one question.
before you bash the hell out of you.
Okay. This one song.
Oh,
There's one song on the album
no,
called
just kidding.
one song on the album called "Missing You," where it starts out with like a heavy beat, like it's hard, and then when it comes to the chorus, it immediately switches like a 70s like jazz funk like instrumental for like the hook, and like groovy bass lines, everything like that, and it goes back and forth. Like, did you find that a little bit too like jarring, or did you like kind of like find like oh, this is kind of cool how it segues back and forth to each like different musical style completely?
Which song was that?
It's called "Missing You." It's probably like the second song.
I was gonna say the second song. I remember
Yeah.
thinking like, this is real weird.
Yeah, I thought
I didn't-
I thought the same thing. It's kind of
Like,
weird.
There was parts that I thought were okay. That were like, I think Usher's got a good voice. Like, his voice is good. I don't think that this whole. I mean, R&B is just not for me.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So it's just like.
He has a horrible voice. R&B is not for me.
Why would
Shit is garbage.
Why would you say his voice is horrible, though, Steve?
Oh my god, I hate the like. It's like a dude with something stuck up in his ass singing and with a rubber band around his balls.
Yeah, like I said, he's got.
like no,
Okay.
it's horrible. I hate
So
it.
it's basically saying all R&B is not for you. Then.
Not all R&B.
Okay. All right.
No, I can't erase all,
Yeah,
but I'd say 90%.
yeah. I remember you liked the Weeknd album a little bit, but
Okay.
Go on, Mark. But I was just gonna say like that whole. I didn't mean to cut you off. You were gonna say something, but you didn't.
Yeah. Go
But I was
ahead.
gonna say,
Go
like,
ahead.
that song-
I want you to, because I thought we were separating our reviews.
Yeah.
I'm just like trying to hold
I'm-
my
Oh,
tongue.
sorry.
You're trying to.
Sorry.
You're trying to
I
build
butt
it in. You're trying to build it in. But I'm gonna say.
I couldn't take it
Waiting for
anymore.
my moment.
Okay, I'm gonna say that song actually, for me at first, I was like, I don't get it. But then as I'm humming it in my head right now, I'm like, it kind of works. But I would have preferred if they had two separate tracks with that beat.
Mhm.
Um,
I didn't like the chorus part, like when it went into like the weird funkiness.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
but when they did the same like jarring thing, like on a song called the last track, which is called Champions, acoustic Caribbean song, I thought that worked. So my rating on this is this: I never found Usher to seem like the kind of artist that can make a great consistent album, with the exception of the 2004 album Confessions, which has like yeah and Burn. It won all those Grammy awards. I think the album's great.
Yeah, and he took stuff from the past anyway.
Yeah, but he's known for making like hit songs here and there. Like, but for me, I haven't heard a good song from this guy since "Love in This Club" from like 2008.
Bam, 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 bam,
Well, yeah, after that album, I
bam,
heard
bam,
a
bam,
song
bam.
that was good, and it's like 4 years later. But now we're 8 years later.
But that's stolen too. That was like 80s hip hop shit.
Right.
He stole a lot of shit.
Yeah. So, even though I have like my bias against trap music, I will say that since Travis Scott has already been doing like the R&B like mixed with trap sound, for Usher to jump on that sound may not be like the best career move for him. But the majority of this album stays more in his comfort zone, despite having moments where it sounds dull and uninspired to me. So I think it's kind of an improvement on his sound. I know he likes to do whatever is popular now. If polka becomes popular, who like polka R&B, whatever like that. He's trying to stay relevant.
Polka R&B. Awesome.
It's kind of pathetic in a way, but this particular
Oh.
album,
I would like that.
is not annoying to me. So I'm gonna say just download it for free. Listen to it on your leisure. Mark, you go second.
All right, so Usher. A fact that I always found interesting is that he's I think like nephew of Ben Vereen,
Okay.
legendary Zoobilee Zoo host.
And and played Will Smith's father in that episode of Fresh Prince of Bel
There
Air.
you go. Fresh Prince's dad.
Yeah.
So something that I've always enjoyed is thinking of like a little Usher going to the set of Zoobilee Zoo and like just being inspired by the singing and dancing that happened on that show, and which is why he dresses up like a peacock in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And that's when he puts the rubber band around his balls too. He's a real
Okay.
kinky guy. I'll say the other thing about Usher, because my review of the actual album is going to be real short.
Okay.
The other thing
figured
about
that.
Usher that I really like is he was involved in one of my favorite, like, Clerks-esque customer interactions at the CD store that we worked at together. When
Okay.
we both worked there, this lady came up to me. She's like, I want this song. I don't know what it's called, but it goes like this. It goes, Usher's here, Usher's in the building, oh baby, yeah, I see you there, you're in the light, I can
Obviously,
see you there,
she was
standing
from
there.
Staten Island.
Oh baby, Usher's here, and she just did that for like 5 minutes, and and I still didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. I did eventually figure it out,
Yeah.
but you know, that's just the kind of good fucking hard worker that I am.
Did
That's
you,
the kind of Usher fan he is, guys.
you got her the album?
Yeah.
No, because Usher hasn't put a fucking album out in a long ass time. So he's put out these singles that for the longest time, like when I worked at this fucking CD store, everyone would be like, "You got that new Usher track?" I'd be like, "It's a song that he put out online that's not available on CD, sir."
Very true. His last album was like 4 years ago for this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been putting out singles, but like nothing, no albums, which
Okay.
was the bane of my existence for a long time. But anyway, aside from all that, I feel like Usher is a decent, like I like his vocals. I think he's a good singer.
You're lying.
I think like I've known
He's like, Terrell turned his head.
since My
Sorry.
Way.
Yeah, My Way.
That's
is
a good
album.
song.
Yeah.
I feel like back in the day, I got to know Usher just through like the singles. I've never listened to an album. I don't know how this compares to other albums of his. R&B is not for me. I was real bored by this, and I didn't like it. I say skip it.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right. So, yeah, like Mark always says, he's not an R&B fan. So if you guys don't like R&B, it's not for you. Now, Stu is an R&B like discriminator and hater, but it might be different on this one. Let's hear what you gotta say, Stu.
I really wish I listened for the trap beats, because then I could at least say maybe there were some good beats in there. But no,
No good
overall was a completely washout.
Okay. What? Nothing impressed you
Nothing.
lyrically? Okay. All right. Go on.
Nothing. Yeah, it more irritation than anything. It was whiny singing and,
What he does, yeah.
yeah, normal R&B stuff,
Now, would
For,
your opinion-
I mean, I grant that if you like R&B, I mean, it's probably great. But, you know,
I feel like that there's.
it's probably the best R&B out there.
I wonder
But
for people
that's how
like
much I
R&B,
don't like R&B.
I disagree with that. It's not the best thing he's done, but
It's not the best R&B out there.
it's an improvement on like the best thing he's done.
Okay,
Right.
all right.
What do you?
But
what
yeah,
do you rate it?
yeah, banish it.
Why do you go that low all the time, dude? Is it that horrible to hear this? You want to go fuck this? You sure?
But he dances so good.
So that doesn't matter. How does the album?
He dances so good. He's the awesomest dancer.
Okay.
I give him that.
So what do you rate this album?
I hate the singing. I hate the music. I love the dancing.
Okay. So what do you rate this album?
Damn it! Yeah, dancing's not on the album. Dancing's not on the album. It's a banish.
All right. Say fuck this then.
Yeah, fuck this.
Wow. All right. So let us know what you think in the comment section. If you heard the new Usher album, did you like it? Did you hate it? Tell us what you rated it. Awesome. So were you gonna say something, Mark, before we get the next review?
Awesome
I was
sauce.
just gonna say with art like R&B, like I always wonder like people who like music that I don't like can they be as distinguishing like how
Right.
do they like that shit? It
You
just
were
drives
saying
me crazy. It's like how do you like that? And do you consider yourself like a music lover?
You
if
can't
like
put
things-
yourself outside your mind into somebody else's body that experienced other things.
Yeah.
true.
You actually upset our boy though because he works with Usher all the time. So Lil Jon actually heard his album. Like, did you actually have an opinion?
Yeah,
on
and
this
Little
record?
John was like, beep, 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 beep,
Yeah, you were on that shit, Little John. Did you like this album a little bit? I just spit it back out. I'm drinking backwash. I'm kidding. I didn't even drink the last
That
one.
was gross.
I was talking too much and I didn't realize it.
On to the next review.
You want to get out of here, don't you?
No, I just want to.
Mark is rushing.
I was trying to fill the empty airtime when
Oh.
you guys were both taking shots.
Thank you, man. But that's the best thing you can think of is like a segue. Let's
Yeah.
talk about something cool.
On to the next review,
Oh,
guys.
now we're gonna blow up the spot. Mark didn't take a shot with us.
I didn't say anything. Mark
He's
did
big,
take a shot.
Mark's
with us.
big loser didn't take a shot with us.
Yeah.
Mark is a
He skipped out
Mark
for
is
this
a,
one.
Mark is a tiny dinosaur, so he has to pace himself.
Oh, Sharky Mark
Shut up, Stu. Next review, you
looks
guys.
like a shark.
Mark's excited for this review, so
Okay.
be quiet.
Okay.
Against Me, Shape Shift with Me is their album. Gainesville, Florida band who just released their 7th album. The band started in 1997 as a one-piece act from the singer-guitarist Tom Gable. You fans, so you back me up if I say anything wrong, Mark. So soon after that, he added a backing band to the sound, and the group released their debut album Against Me is reinventing Axl Rose in 2002, sorry. And that album and the 2 albums following went for a more folk punk sound. And then by 2000,
Folk punk?
yeah, it's fucking like a cool.
That exists?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing sound.
Okay.
But then by 2007, the album New Wave was recorded. That album New Wave, the band was signed to Sire Records, and their punk rock style had a more alternative rock vibe.
Well, can I interject?
Please
my
do.
own, since you said if I know something. I would say the first 2 albums, like the first 2 real albums, were that folk punk sound. The third album, Searching for a Former Clarity, it's a little more of the rock, like the alternative kind of style. Definitely like more of their transitional album, as put in their song from that album called "Don't Lose Touch," which was like all about like all their punk rock fans being like, "You guys sold out." Like, you sold out when you fucking went electric, because like he put out like
shit!
the
So
whole-
they're basically like the Bob Dylan of like punk rock.
We
kind
gotta.
of.
we-
Wow, I
wow,
didn't know
you
that.
guys know stuff.
Knowing stuff is cool.
That's the thing. When I first heard about Against Me, it was around the time when that album came out. And,
Oh, the third one.
the third album,
Okay.
yeah. And like everything that I knew about them was just like people being like, "Oh, like they were better before they went electric."
Okay.
Which is apparently before their first album even came out. Like I was looking up information about them because I was not around at that point. In 1997, we put out
You
like, a
didn't
bunch
exist
of
then.
acoustic tapes acoustically. It's like
You were born in 1998, so you weren't around.
yeah,
then.
exactly.
Stop. You weren't born in '98.
Sarcasms too. So, thank you for that.
Bad sarcasm.
I really appreciate that. I totally missed that album. So we're skipping to the major label years. Now, so that album I'm talking about, the 4th album, New Wave, featured songs like New Thrash and New Thrash Unreal, sorry, and the song I Was a Teenage Anarchist from the 2010 album White Crosses. Against Me began to see a little bit of mainstream success. Despite changing record labels, the musical style that Tom Gable had always kept the same grainy vocals and the post-hardcore aggressive vocals. But the biggest change to the band came in 2012 when Tom came out as a transgender and underwent a medical transition to a female, and thus changed his or her name to Laura Jane Grace.
Well, that's happened to other bands as well.
Who the fuck has went on a transgender thing besides
That
Against Me?
one hardcore band.
Against Me?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Against Me. Damn it!
Damn it!
It's not coming to me right now.
All right.
But it's happened before. Trust me.
All right. So
Off the podcast, I'll talk to you about it.
with that, him having a sex change, basically, they put out that 2014 album, Transgender Dysphoria Blues, which was released to both critical and mainstream acclaim. And I thought it was a fantastic record, and it made my top 10 list of that year. Really surprised by the fact that the vocal styles are the exact same as previous album. I was expecting like to hear a fucking chick on the album, and it's like same vocals, but it's like I don't want to. I don't. It's weird. It's like I want to see their shows. It's like a guy.
It's a
in
little
drag,
higher pitch.
but it's not. It's like he's in transition to be a woman, and eventually further albums will be him sounding more like a girl. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds.
Yeah.
Well, you can't change your vocal
But
cords.
I
You can only take hormones.
Yeah, I thought.
Well, I mean, hormones might change it a little bit.
I thought like similar to like Bono's daughter. It
You're
was
still
kinda
gonna
like
be a
that.
chick with a deep voice.
Yeah, chick with a dick and a deep voice.
No dick.
No dick.
Yeah.
Inverted dick.
Yes.
But like when the first,
Ow.
like for me, I was excited for this album when the fucking first song kicks off, which is called Provision L3. Fucking great drum roll intro. Like the band's coming in, I'm like, all right, we're gonna rock. I'm ready to thrash. And then it fucking goes mid tempo instantly, and I'm like, oh, bummer. But for me, it was like a kind of like an intro track, so I wasn't too mad. Because the next song on this album was called 1203. I really enjoyed that next song. It was a nice alternative like punk jam. Kind of reminded me of like a more energetic Gaslight Anthem. Which, if you want to be like a more aggressive Gaslight Anthem, kudos to me on that. Because that band needs some more energy. What did you think when this album kicked off, Mark, being a Against Me fan?
Yeah, I really liked it.
The first song? Like the
the
first
beginning. I mean, the first track, yeah, it's wasn't exactly what I like, but it was good. I mean, it's definitely like honestly, I feel like this whole album is sort of like it's called Shapeshift with me, and it's sort of a transitional record.
Oh, it means something similar to the third album.
Well, I mean, the good thing about this record that I like a lot is that I feel like on the last CD, Transgender Dysphoria Blues.
Yes, amazing record.
Yeah, but I felt like, all right, like you had a sex change, like you're going through the shit. Obviously, he's gonna sing about it. That's what he's going through.
Yeah.
But I was a little worried, like, is that like all the songs are gonna be about from now on? Like everything's gonna just be about like how I fucking whatever you got to go through when you're in that phase.
Yeah.
But I like that this record started off with a song that was like, to me, I mean, I don't know what LV3-2 is or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
Maybe
but...
it has something to do with sex change. Maybe that's the hormone name.
Of
or something
course,
like that.
yeah.
But it didn't come across like, I'm trying to grow breasts and I lost my dick. Like it's more. It to me, it just seemed more of a general song. I don't know. Like going into this, I felt better once I started. The first two songs went, I was like, all right, like this is actually like more of what I would want rather than like it's not that personal is bad. Obviously, I like personal stuff, but like you don't want to be pigeonholed as the band who's got the fucking the fucking transgender singer. You just want to be a band that makes good music. So yeah, I think they pulled it off.
Well.
There we go. There we go. Hold on. I got to cut you off.
Go ahead. What you guys say?
Life of Agony.
Oh.
The singer went through a sex change.
Oh, really?
I never heard that either.
Life of Agony.
I heard
Life of Agony, the singer is now a chick, but it's the same person.
I heard he was like in the heroin, but that's the whole here and there.
No. It's chick.
I really like this song. I really like the song Boyfriend because I
had the text.
I love the bitterness in his voice, like on that song. But one of the things I love about this whole album, it didn't happen to me right away, but in the middle of it, I love the bass lines in this fucking record. Halfway through, like songs like I love that like whole fuzzy distorted bass lines. Songs like Dead Rats and the song called Delicate, Petite, and Other Things I'll Never Be have like the dominant thick bass tabs. And like the same thing I could say about the track Haunting, Haunted, and Haunts. Sorry, Haunting, Haunted, Haunts, which has like a more like country western, like late 70s like punk sound. Kind of remind me like a funkier version of the band X. Love that. besides the whole like comparison to Life of Agonies 2, what did you think of this album? Any things you want to say?
See, I didn't even take that into consideration when I was listening to it. And I really don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever sex you are, I'm really listening to music if it's good music or not. But there were two really good tracks. Was it Dead Rats?
Yeah,
That
Dead
was
Rats was
good.
great.
Yeah,
man.
Dead
song.
Rats and Norse's Truth.
Yeah, that song. I can't even describe how great that song is. It's so amazing, you guys. You gotta
Yes,
hear that
they're
song.
really good tracks. Really good tracks.
There's n-
Those two tracks were really good. Like they really stood out from the. And then the rest of it was, they're doing their thing, but those two tracks definitely stood out, and
Yeah.
and made them like a really, they had a unique sound, and it got me moving.
That's me too, man. Like I can't even describe that song you mentioned, but like what do you want to say, Mark? I'm
Yeah, I
fucking
mean,
feeling this record.
the hard thing for me is always like paying attention to track names, because for this one especially, like I listen to half of it like at home, and then I listen to the other half in the car, and I listened to it like 1.5 times in the car,
Yeah.
but so I don't know all the song names, but yeah, I definitely like that song "Boyfriend." I think is fucking great.
Really?
Like, for me- see, I like that song. Like that to me is like a perfect '90s.
That song,
Like, to
it was
me,
too happy.
if it
I
was-
didn't like their happy stuff when they were trying to be disgusting and like friggin' punk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
That's what I
That's
liked
why I like
more.
the album as a whole. Is I think they do a really good mix of like more punk stuff mixed with like more like alternative sort of
Yeah.
grungier stuff, and like there's a lot of different sounds to this album. I thought like that, like I said, Shapeshift with Me. I thought was a good title because it's like, it refers
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the process that she's going through. It also refers to the process that the band is going through. I think they're sort of like expanding their sound a lot. There's a really good song with them doing some like they did a cover with Miley Cyrus in like her backyard or something that you can find on YouTube. That's pretty good.
yeah.
They did one Against Me song with her on it with Miley Cyrus, and it's actually
Okay.
pretty good. But anyway, yeah, that song "Boyfriend" to me, I was like, this could be like
The
if you told
single.
me this was a new Toady song or like a Sponge song.
Oh,
in the
really?
90s,
You're comparing it to
I was-
Toadies?
I was like, this could be. I thought that song. I don't know, just the way that her voice is.
Toadies are like the most underplayed thing of the
I
'90s.
fucking love the Toadies.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Toadies is.
What
yeah,
about the
they're
song?
sick
The
shit.
song,
yeah.
the song "Crash." I thought was like a. I think why you like that whole thing, Mark, is it's a whole like post punk revival sound. Which
Yeah.
I think you're into. But what would you give your what would your rating for this whole album be?
I am gonna say buy this because I really, really liked it, and I thought it's something I want to listen to again. And yeah, I thought it was like really good, really solid, and it got me going, and I want to like get more into it.
Awesome. All right, so here's me. It's pretty clear this album isn't as good to me as the last one. I liked the album before better. I don't know if you agree with me, Mark, or not.
The one with the boobs.
Yeah,
I'd have
The singular boob and the big hunk of meat
he's saying it isn't like I love
on the cover.
I love the message of the last album. I love the whole agenda of transgender dysphoria.
To me,
I love the whole thing.
it's like it's of a certain time. It's like a milestone for the band, but at the same time, it was like just feeling that boob.
Yeah,
Hands gestures.
hand gestures. We do that. But I like the song that Stu mentioned. Nora's Truth, amazing song. But songs I don't like. The song called Suicide Bomber.
Yeah, that song
I
sucks.
like that song.
Stagnant lo-fi blues punk snoozer to me.
Yeah.
thought it was
No, it
pretty good.
sucked. Yeah.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like
some
that
trash
song.
Something I don't know. Was
Yeah.
there a song called Trash something? I didn't like that
It's like, for me, even though the replayability on this level is kind of like lower than the last one, we all have songs that we would say are some good tunes here and there. So obviously, since I thought the album before this was like definitely one we should buy. It's not a masterpiece, but this album was like not as good as that one. So I'm gonna say it's download it. If you like it, definitely buy it. If you don't, you're fucking stupid. Just like you listen to it at your leisure, for free.
Well, yeah,
Stu.
I'm gonna have to go into the same boat and say that I should download it because
Yeah. High five it.
yeah, we're on the same
agree.
level where we agree on
Mark
something.
is sucking the proverbial dick of Laura Grace.
Just basically because it had some really good tracks, and then filler shit.
Not too much though.
But their filler shit was all that like pop stuff that would probably sell to other people that other people would like.
Yeah.
But for me, they had a few tracks that were just fucking killer, and then garbage.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. I feel like fucking Miley Cyrus when I say that. Awesome.
Awesome sauce.
Let us know what you think of this album in the comment section or send us an email. A lengthy one, because Against Me deserves a lengthy comment about what you feel about the band or what
Awesome
you know.
sauce is
Yeah.
in the dictionary.
It is?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
That's all I have to say about
Awesome
that.
sauce is in the dictionary.
Before we get to the next review, Mark, how do you feel about the band from before till now for their whole transition of their sound?
Against Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've always liked. I like their later stuff more than their earlier stuff. Which
Okay.
I think a lot of like true punks would disagree
Well,
with.
I'm actually not going that far back. I'm saying from the third album that you liked
Yeah.
till now. What do you feel like? Do you like their direction? Or
Yeah,
you like
yeah, I really like what they've done, and I've been looking forward to their stuff.
Yeah, I remember you were
think,
so excited about this
Searching
album,
for a
yeah.
Form of Clarity is really good. New Wave, yeah, all their albums since then have been solid. Like they're just a solid band, and whether or not I think every band's got to have some filler tracks, But I think that what makes them great is that they have a lot of really good standout tracks.
I think what this album would have been better is if they did the whole like 10-track thing, like they did on the last two albums. This album actually has 12 tracks, which is a standard thing. But if you cut it down to like the best shit, and you find out, it's only like 8 tracks or 10 tracks, just fucking put that shit out.
Yeah, but
It's hard to sell something.
With 10 tracks.
Yeah. Well, and then it's like an EP or whatever you want to fucking call it.
See, I feel like a lot of bands do 10 tracks now, and I feel like 10 track is like the album standard that I kind of feel like is sometimes a little too short, or also just like
Empty. Go on.
I don't know, like I don't agree with
But
you.
this one's got beer in it.
Okay. this one is
Sorry,
too.
Mark.
I disagree.
I'm
Jarrell.
cleaning it. Well, I think it's 12 or 12. It's not. It's never 10. It's 12 and up.
That's not true. I've seen a lot of 10 on this. Doing this, I feel like a lot of things are 10 tracks, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I hate 10 tracks. I want
It's just-
12 and up.
Yeah, give me something a little bit more. Like, give me a little more.
Yeah.
I want a compilation.
Clinda,
I want 23, 24 tracks.
before we get to the next review,
Compilation, all like 3-minute
can I get
songs.
Can I get a water
That's
or
the
something?
shit.
Short music for short people or whatever.
Yeah. Short music for
Can I get a water or a soda,
fat homos.
please? We're recording. Don't make me get up. Are you like writing your thesis right now?
I don't know why you need to boss me around in my own house.
I'm just asking.
Fat music for fat people.
Short music. You heard that short music thing?
Short music for short people.
Yeah, it's like 30-second songs for like in 101 tracks.
There-
It's fucking awesome.
That's the first time I heard Gwar.
Homo music for homo people.
What's that one?
They
What's that song from there?
they
Is
haven't
it
touched
Fish
that
Funk?
one yet.
What's the song? The Gwar song.
Fish fuck.
Fish fuck. I'm gonna fuck you with a fish.
Gonna fuck you with a fish.
Why are you my mom? That song's great. Whenever I tell people that song's only 30 seconds, I know that song's longer than that. They cut that song shorter for that whole compilation. I didn't know that. Little fun fact for you guys out there. I'm opening a water right now, and we'll get the next review.
It looks like you're having difficulty. It's like, I don't drink it, but if it's watered down in my stomach, it won't hit as hard.
No, I'm just thirsty like a slave.
Can you say that again?
I'm thirsty like a slave.
That's horrible.
Clink.
So the next review that we've got going on is going to be for a little album by a band called Taking Back Sunday and their new album Tidal Wave. Hit it, Jarrell.
Oh, okay, I'll go on. This is their 7th album from the Long Island band, the 5-piece group. And when they started out in the early 2000s, their sound was a more emo pop punk, leading to like the 2002 debut, the critically acclaimed record "Tell All Your Friends." And the album went gold and put the band in the the emo sound, the emo trend of bands like Brand New, Midtown, and Save the Day. And after the second album, Taking Back Sunday left Victory Records and signed to Warner Brothers. And then they put out a third album, which is called Louder Now, and it gave the group a more mainstream success. There we go. And in 2003, the original lead guitarist John Nolan, and the bassist Sean Cooper left the group, but returned in 2010 for the self-titled 5th album. Now, despite having the original members, their sound has broadened to a more alternative style. But however, they still have the elements of the post-hardcore sound, thanks to the lead singer Adam Lazier, still maintaining his like high falsetto vocals. This latest album was released through the independent label Hopeless Records, just like the last album in 2014. Now it's surprised to hear that Taking Back Sunday is going back to their whole older root sound. Like when the album starts off, they have the whole distorted guitars effects transitioning to like the fast post-punk rock on the song Death Wolf. While the title track, which is the second song, goes for a more aggressive The Clash meets like a Stiff Little Fingers approach. Now it's like, holy shit, this band's like really rocking it. I love this album. Unfortunately, it's only the first 2 tracks. We go to the third track, which is called "You Can't Look Back." It's like a more like quieter, clean guitar intro that like reminds me of like a kind of like Blueprints from Fugazi.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Jay-Z.
How dare you compare that to Fugazi?
You don't notice that? It sounds like Fugazi when it starts. The Blueprint song.
All right, I didn't notice that.
But it's
You can't compare them to Fugazi, though. Fugazi.
Why?
Sorry,
They're post
slurred
hardcore.
there.
They're post hardcore, in a way.
I don't give a shit.
But I thought that song was kind of like a good.
You're not worthy.
I thought it was a good single though. I'll give you that. It's a single track. You get 2 like aggressive songs and it goes like a more poppier song. It wasn't that bad. I was like, this is kind of like trendy, but I'm okay with it. But still, they keep the band. They keep what that whole like alternative rock sound. But a lot of like the album like it's like kind of like to me like a watered down version of like melodic like dream pop sappy guitars and vocals here and there. Take for example the ballad "I Felt It Too." It's like the melancholy, like to the point where like make like a suicidal emo kid say to himself like, "You got to be more optimistic." Like you're fucking depressing like a fucking suicidal like emo kid. But luckily, halfway through the album, we get to a song called "Call Comes Running." Kind of picks up the energy, kind of returns like the loud drumming and crunchy guitar sound that the band's known for. But the song is like average at best to me, similar to like the equally like standard like rocker in the middle of it all. This whole album pretty much has like the highlight sprinkled here and there throughout, like the briefly like fuzzy distorted like bass lines on "We Don't Go In There," or the acoustic guitar jangle pop mixed with the uplifting vocals on Homecoming, which I thought Homecoming towards the end was like a pretty good song. I kind of like that, but I see you're kind of getting kind of bored, Stu. Like, I want.
Oh, I'm getting bored.
I want.
I think you're boring everybody in this entire area.
I'm sorry. Go on. What do you think of the whole? What are your thoughts on the whole band, and what do you think of this album?
Well, yeah, it's not you that's casting the boring. You're only projecting the boring that
the
you
band.
have heard.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to make this band amazing, but I can't work it out that much.
Yeah, no, I was not impressed whatsoever.
Have you heard this band before?
Yeah, no, yes and no. I think like here and there, they've been in like movies and they've had like their songs used somewhere before, right?
No.
No,
I don't know. I
Taking
can't,
Back Sunday.
I can't really
I'm sure
answer
they've
that.
got a song.
No,
here
they
and there.
haven't.
I don't know.
I
No.
don't
Either.
They were
I'm
popular
sure they're out there. Yeah.
in like 10 years ago, but I can't really speak for that.
No, I was gonna say like 10 years ago, but yeah, no, it's boring. I don't like it.
Okay.
It sucks.
What you want to give your rating now or go on?
Oh, I can give my rating now.
If you don't have nothing more to say, but you didn't.
Skip it.
Okay. Mark, as a music connoisseur, what is your thoughts on Taking Back Sunday in general in this album?
First of all, I'm a music carnosaur,
You eat
Um,
music.
but Taking Back Sunday is one of those bands that I never got into. I always was like, ugh, girls like that band.
I'm not a faggot. Not against.
I don't know.
faggots.
Like there was a girl that I worked with when I worked at Harmon, the discount beauty cosmetic store,
Yeah.
who liked Taking Back Sunday and Brand New and all these kind of bands. And to me, it was just one of those bands that I was like, I don't need to listen to that. Like they're yeah. At the time, it definitely was not for me. I didn't know they were still a band anymore. I thought they were gone. But apparently they're not, because you texted me that we were supposed to listen to this album.
Yeah.
And listening to this, I thought it's kind of generic, kind of crappy, but it grew on me a little bit.
Okay.
Like listening to it with my girlfriend, I was like, this is like, she was asking me if I liked it or not. I was like, to me, it's like listenable adjacent. Like it's something that I could maybe listen to, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not for me, but I can understand. I just the vocals I didn't really like too much. I thought like his singing,
falsetto vocals.
the singing was off and the screaming was out of place at times.
Yeah, I agree.
So it just sort of like struck me as odd. But that being said, towards the end of the album, I liked a few of the songs. Like I thought I thought it ended strongly.
Okay.
So I mean, honestly, I really was just gonna say download it because while I don't think it's great, I think that you could do worse, and and I don't think it deserves to be skipped entirely because I thought it was okay in general, but it's just it's not really my kind of thing. But
Yeah.
but I'm also very particular.
All right. I'm gonna say like Taking Back Sunday has like 3 waves, like 3 incarnations of the band. The first 2 albums is like
Suck, then suck.
Yeah, the first album is
Sorry.
the first 2 albums is like the first wave of them. The second 2 albums is like the second part of them, and like they get the whole band back together and they went the next 3 albums is like the third wave of them. And if you were not following the band all the way through, is not for you. You're not gonna be a fan for that. But if you were following, it's not gonna pull you back in to listen to them again.
Oh, now you make me feel like I missed something.
Like I said, the heavier songs on this album are pretty decent, but they come off as kind of contrived. Seems like the bands nowadays are more comfortable like layering atmospheric effects, pianos, like heartwarming lyrics into like their sound, so they like can have like a more like they can more like
Orchestral.
they can more walk the line between like textural or like convoluted. They can make the line and let the whole thing even thinner. What's even worse is all their originality is starting to like go out the window for the band. So what's the point? They were more original back in the day till now. They sound more like a whole like borderline shoegazing band. So I think like they're fucking up. Like I think less is better. put all the shit into one sound and it's not working. So I say I agree with you, Stu. You can skip this album.
Oh, you agree with me?
Yeah, it's not their best.
Whoa,
work.
after all that.
Yeah.
Oh, it took all that talk to go, you suck!
It doesn't suck. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm just saying
okay,
that they're
alright,
just putting too much in their.
I'm being
work.
too harsh.
There's 3 layers of the band. Third layer they're doing. There's 3 like eras of the band, and the third era is not.
It's
as good as the first
suckiness.
one. Yeah, the first 2 were better than this. But that ends the whole show. And I see right now we're running out of battery power, so let's end this show right now. And let's get anything to say real quick.
Suckiness.
Thanks for listening to the show, you guys. I'm sorry we gotta end the show real quick, but I didn't charge the battery too fast. But I'm gonna do a really quick how to get in touch with us. Go to our website, njhybridradio.net. Go to the contact section. Email us your comments, everything like that. It will come right through our Gmail account, which is njhybridradio@gmail.com. Email us your questions, your comments, your input, your advice, things like that. We're going to do emails on the next show. Also, go to our Facebook, facebook.com/NJ Make sure you like us on there. Also, go to our YouTube page, which is what.
Subscribe.
Go to our YouTube.
Yes.
Type in Hybrid Radio.
Hybrid Radio on YouTube.
Go down over our thing. You'll find us right
subscribe
there.
to that shit.
And subscribe to our channel. We're on Twitter. Follow us at NJ Hybrid Radio.
Reach Drell personally at
No.
908.
Shut the fuck up. Until next time, I want to say have a good week. We'll see you next time. This has been No Name Jarrell, Snarky Mark, and Big League Stu.
Woohoo!
Say have a good week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.